Namaskar. So, thank you to the CMA for providing the opportunity today. And circular economy doesn't come naturally to me. Uh, but I've learned over the last 7-8 years as being an independent director on the board of a few companies, especially in the oil and gas and energy sector, as to why it's vital, important, necessary, and the challenges which come around circular economy and the reporting of circular economy and the metrics of circular economy. So we'll cover that in our session. But the panel said discussion before this, stories are the best way to communicate stuff. 2018-19, India was under something called administered price mechanism for natural gas. So natural gas produced has an administered price or a mandated price of 2.5 or around that per MMBTU, US dollar 2.5 for MMBTU. Then we realized that there is a challenge because the cost of production of natural gas in India is quite high. We are not blessed with resources of natural gas and oil, so the cost of production is generally higher. For example, in Saudi, the cost of manufacture of each barrel of oil will be $12. They do nothing. It's like a borewell. Dig a borewell and you get oil. Whereas in India, it can go all the way up to $35 to $40 per barrel of oil or oil equivalent. So when we realize that this administered price mechanism is pushing down revenues for ONGC, the second meeting I remember, we were presented with a cost audit report. In the cost audit report, there's a specific section for product-wise costing. Product-wise costing. Suddenly we saw that there is a under recovery, and this was not reported anywhere. For example, in the main accounts, you would have segmental reporting, which would be offshore, onshore. That's how ONGC reports its numbers. Offshore and onshore are two segments. Never oil and gas. So we wondered, why not oil and gas? Then we went to the Institute of Chartered Accountants Expert Advisory Committee and they said, no, this is consistent, transparent, reliably followed for many years, so stick to it. So, but the cost audit report kept saying there is under recovery and it was thousands of crores. For example, if you look at ONGC's balance sheet, the turnover of it now consolidated would be about 6 lakh crore. So you can imagine the kind of under recovery which was happening in. I'm not telling you information which is not in public domain, so it's okay. So at that point, there was under recovery about 4,500 crores in gas. But the cost audit report brought it out beautifully. So then we decided we're going to take this cost audit report data and put it in the board report. We put it in the board report and we said, although it's not mandated for reporting under the financial statements, I'm putting it in the board report because I need policy advocacy as a company to the government to say APM is killing my margins. And that under recovery is eating into my balance sheet and I'm unable to expand, explore new opportunities. It worked. So after that, APM is more or less, there is APM, but it is trending with market. It's trending with market. So ONGC recovers a lot more from natural gas than it was, thanks to an innocuous cost audit report, which was presented to the board in a meeting where gas under recovery was being discussed, and a very senior accounting CMA firm in Delhi. So the power of your report, I can keep giving you examples of the cost audit report in the energy sector also. And as we go through the presentation, everywhere I'll tell you where the cost audit report, cost auditor can add value. And I'm sticking to oil and gas and power because that is a sector I'm comfortable with. Last 8 years, I've been an independent director on boards of oil and gas and power. I'm comfortable with that sector and I'll cover that. I'll use it in real life examples, all real life examples, no out of the ordinary. I've written down about 13 stories for this session in circular economy. 13 stories in oil and gas and power, circular economy. Let me start with